Okay, I'm just gonna use this tutorial to go through the output from the segment step, okay? Just so you can get a clear idea. And it's very easy. If you wanna take a look at what these images are, we're gonna use the check reg function in SPM, or you can use MRI cron, doesn't matter. But I figured it's useful for us to visually see what the segment step did. So remember, the segment step took the subject's original T1 image and then generated these different images, C1 to C6. So I'm just going to open the first three, C1, C2, and C3. And then I'm also going to open the WC1, C2, and C3. All right, so I have 6 files selected. In addition, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the SPM12 folder and go to the TPM folder and select just TPM1. Doesn't matter. You can change frames if you want. We know that TPM has many frames, has 6 frames, okay? But we're just going to do the first frame, which is the gray matter image, all right? So I'm going to have 7 files selected, and let's see what they look like. So in this view, it'll be helpful for you to know if you right-click on like any file, it will tell you this, you might get lost which file is which image is what. This will kind of tell you some information about the file. So here is the C1. If you right-click here, that's the C2, C3, WC1, WC2, WC3, and this is the TPM, all right? Now, the key thing I want you guys to appreciate is that this is the C1, so this is the gray matter. You can see the gray matter ribbon here, okay? So this is a gray matter mask, and what it is itself a tissue probability mask. What it is like where the voxels are very intense. That means it's a high probability that this is a gray matter voxel. And where the intensities are very low, then there's a low probability. Very dark, there's a low probability that it's a gray matter voxel. Okay? And then if you look over on this side here, this is the C2 image, and here you can see it's the white matter, right? It's very high probability where the voxels are white matter, all right, and very low probability where otherwise. And here you can see it's the CSF. If I can click through it here, you'll see that in the ventricles, right, it's a very high probability that these are ventricles or CSF, and then very low otherwise. All right, so that's to appreciate that this is the C1 gray matter, C2 white matter, and C3 CSF. There's also the C5, C6, 4, 5, 6 images. You can take a look at them if you want, but they're generally less important for the most part. The other thing to appreciate is that, so you've got this in C1, C2, C3 in subject space, but you've also got the WC1, WC2, and WC3. And what are these? Well, these are the same, gray matter, white matter, CSF, but you'll see that they are kind of like in a different orientation or a different shape, right? It's the same subject, but what's happened here is because it's the W image, it's been normalized. If you click around and you do the same thing as we did, like if we check the borders, the front, the back, you'll see that the front, it's kind of like it matches, but it doesn't match the original, right? And if you move it here, see, it looks like it's been shifted back a little bit from the original, right? And you can go ahead and check. And also you can see it's kind of rotated too, and it's been expanded, all right? The shape has changed. And what it's changed to basically is that now in the W images with the W prefix in front, these are normalized to the MNI space. So if you look here, it will match the MNI template, the TPM template, instead of the subject's original template. So you'll know that basically what this W image is the spatial normalization of the original images to the MNI space, and it's done it also for the gray matter, the white matter, and the CSF, and so on and so forth. All right, so yeah, just wanted to go through that so that you guys are clear with the content of the content of the stuff that's been generated from the segment step.